Alright, hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Runso, and I figured let's try this walking simulator. So I won't play maybe about 10 minutes of it, because I don't want to ruin the entire game. So let's play Dear Esther Landmark Edition. Developer is The Chinese Room and Robert Briscoe, and the publisher is Secret Mode. So let's just get in and see where this, where it takes us. The lighthouse. Okay, let's do this.
Dear Esther, the morning after I was washed ashore, salt in my ears, sand in my mouth, and the waves always at my ankles, I felt as though everything had conspired to this one last shipwreck. I remembered nothing but water, stones in my belly and my shoes, threatening to drag me under to where only the most listless of creatures swim.
Okay, am I ready to walk? It is a walking simulator, but I am impressed with it. Okay, I take it I'm not supposed to go that way. Alright, not bad. Graphics, alright, excellent. It really is a walking simulator. I'm not alright, this not bad at all, because I'm just trying to like figure out where to go. Lots of paint. I feel like I'm in Ireland with the water, like paint. This game was released in 2017, just so I stop that. Don't you know when you see an Irishman? Okay, so fall down. Try checking out the house more.
Donnelly reported the legend of the hermit, a holy man who sought solitude in its most pure form. Allegedly, he rode here from the mainland in a boat without a bottom, so all the creatures of the sea could rise at night to converse with him. How disappointed he must have been with their chatter. Perhaps now, when all that haunts the ocean is the rubbish dumped from the tankers, he'd find more peace. They say he threw his arms wide in a valley on the south side, and the cliff opened up to provide him shelter. They say he died of fever 116 years later. The shepherds left gifts for him at the mouth of the cave, but Donnelly records they never claimed to have seen him. I have visited the cave and I have left my gifts, but like them, I appear to be an unworthy subject of his solitude.
Come on. No. Alright, I guess I'm falling down here. A lot of trash. Again, very impressive graphics. So far, I'm enjoying the storyline, but I'm trying to figure out more of that. Yeah, I'm definitely enjoying that. What does it mean? Okay, so we can walk back up. Guess I should have explored more of the house, but...
When you were born, your mother told me, a hush fell over the delivery room. A great red birthmark covered the left side of your face. No one knew what to say, so you cried to fill the vacuum. I always admired you for that you cried to fill whatever vacuum you found. I began to manufacture vacuums, just to enable you to deploy your talent. The birthmark faded by the time you were 6, and had gone completely by the time we met, but your fascination with the empty and its cure remained.
Oh, that's down here. So do I have to memorize it? It says walking simulator, but I feel like I'm gonna have to memorize that. Alright. Why would someone draw that on the beach and walk away? That would definitely disappear on low/high tide, depending on how this map works.
Dear Esther, I found myself to be as featureless as this ocean, as shallow and unoccupied as this bay, a listless wreck without identification. My rocks are these bones, and a careful fence to keep the precipice at bay. Shot through me caves, my forehead a mount. This aerial will transmit into me so. All overexposed, the nervous system, where Donnelly's boots and yours and mine still trample. I will carry a torch for you. I will leave it at the foot of my headstone. You will need it for the tunnels that carry me under.
Alright, I'm guessing we are not going this way anymore. Well, that was a disappointment walk. Alright, am I even able to get back on? Really curious to walk in how far I can go in the water, but it feels weird. I feel like I should be running, but I guess I don't want to run. I'm really curious to, again, about this storyline. That was very interesting. Okay, I've memorized that drawing. I don't know if it's supposed to mean anything. Just looking at the curves of the ground. Where are we going? This has got to be Ireland. Has a total vibe. Let's see. Well, at least the sun's up. Nice, cloudy and dark. I don't see anything in the, at all. Man, where are we going? I want more of the storyline. I feel like, okay, it is a walking simulator. Slow walking simulator, that's for sure. But again, I am impressed with the graphics.
By the weak afternoon sunlight, he landed on the south side of the island, followed the path to the bay, and climbed the mount. He did not find the caves, and he did not chart the north side. I think this is why his understanding of the island is flawed, incomplete. He stood on the mount and only wondered momentarily how to descend. But then, he didn't have my reasons.
Alright then. Is it the voice talking about me?
When someone had died or was dying, or was so ill they gave up what little hope they could sacrifice, they cut parallel lines into the cliff, exposing the white chalk beneath. You could see them from the mainland or the fishing boats, and know to send aid or impose a cordon of protection. Wait a generation until whatever pestilence stalked the cliff path died along with its hosts. My lines are just for this, to keep any would-be rescuers at bay. The infection is not simply of the flesh.
No. So what is the fence?
We are not like Lot's wife, you and I. We feel no particular need to turn back. There's nothing to be seen if we did. No tired old man parting the cliffs with his arms. No gifts or Bibles laid out on the sand for the taking. No tides turning or the shrieking gulls overhead. The bones of the hermit are no longer laid out for the taking. I have stolen them away to the guts of this island, where the passages all run to black, and where we can light each other's faces by their strange luminescence.
Yes. Alright, so we'll just play for a few more minutes. It's hard to get much out of this because I'm trying to figure out what to think of this, but again, there's nothing to, like, say or do. Like, I haven't done much and it's only been 10 minutes. We are going toward the cave. Again, I do like the storyline so far, which I keep saying every time. I feel like there's a bit of more of a gap between the storyline. Oh.
I met Paul. I made my own little pilgrimage. My Damascus, a small semi-detached on the outskirts of Wolverhampton. We drank coffee in his kitchen and tried to connect to one another. Although he knew I hadn't come in search of an apology, reason or retribution, he still spiraled in panic, thrown high and lucid by his own dented bonnet. Responsibility had made him old. Like us, he'd already passed beyond any conceivable boundary of life.
That's a little sad.
This hermit, this seer, this distant historian of bones and old bread, where did he vanish to? Why, asked the farmers. Why, asked Jakobsen. Why bother with your visions at all, if you're just to throw your arms up at the cliff and let it close in behind you and seal you into the belly of the island, a museum shut to all but the most devoted?
Oh, I use paint. Okay. Bones and a suit. Just trying to figure out, is there a secret passage that I missed? What are those symbols supposed to mean? Interesting. I guess we'll have to memorize them all and figure it out later. Alright, so now where are we supposed to go? So many choices to go. So what's the purpose of this fence? So we don't fall in the shallow water?
I dreamt I stood in the center of the sun, and the solar radiation cooked my heart from the inside.
Okay,
my teeth will curl and my fingernails fall off into my pockets like loose change. If I could stomach, I'd eat, but all I seem capable of is salt water. Were the livestock still here, I could turn feral and gorge. I'm as emaciated as a body on a slab, opened up for a premature source of death. I've rowed to this island in a heart without a bottom, all the bacteria of my gut rising up to sing to me.
Mini Stonehenge-ish. Alright, so we found the guy and took off his... Then there's books that were left over. Interesting. So there's two paths to choose from. Okay, so we're going to end the stream here right now. It doesn't really feel like we've gotten a lot far because, well, I feel like the whole game is going to be kind of, as it is, a walking simulator. the gaps between speech, and we'll figure out what happens. So I hope you guys have a good day and a good evening.